name is Rachel Sterry, and I am here to do my persuasive speech on the foster care system. With me, I have my boyfriend Vincent, my roommate Jared, and my son Dominic. Children of all ages are put into the foster care at no fault of their own. According to Adopt Us Kids, there are more than 400,000 children in the foster care system in the United States. Just imagine 400,000 children who bounce from house to house, family to family, with no place to call home. We all need to be aware of the reality of the foster care system and what we can do to help. I never really knew what the foster care system was or how it worked until it happened to me. It was 16 years ago when I lost my nephews to the foster care system. They were 2 and 4 years old. Their father was in and out of prison, and their mother chose drugs over giving these boys the life they deserve. I was 19 at the time and fought so hard to gain custody of them, but lost because I was too young, and the state knows what is best for these boys. I was told I would never see them again, and they were getting adopted out to a nice family. I was beyond devastated and hurt. Fast forward to about 8 years ago, I had heard from the grapevine that my nephews were still in foster care, so I sprung into action to gain custody of them. I fostered them for about a couple of years and ended up adopting my oldest nephew. Some of the stories they would tell me were very sad and heartbreaking. Specifically, I wanted to talk to you all about the abuse some of the children endure, children aging out of the system without proper support, and the increase in mental health disorders. We all need to understand where kids go when they are separated from their families. When children are placed in foster homes, it is not always ideal or comfortable for them. The children from abusive homes of their biological parents and then are often placed in abusive homes of the foster care system. The main types of abuse could be physical, emotional, or even sexual. According to Andrew Ritholtz, attorney at law of Andrew Ritholtz, the studies that have been done on abuse in the foster care system are not always accurate because of times the abuse goes unnoticed or is not documented. Kids often do not have a home to go to, and are even moved several times the whole time that they are in the foster care system. And older kids will sometimes be placed in group homes. According to the Juvenile Law Center, group homes are described as prison-like. Now that we have an idea of what can happen when a child is placed in foster care, let's talk about where kids go after aging out of the foster care. Some children are kicked out of on the streets, not knowing how to survive. According to Together We Rise, the children have no real stability in life, with no one to teach them anything about it. When a child turns 18, they are emancipated from the foster care system. When a child is emancipated, they are less likely to graduate from high school, and 1 out of every 4 kids will become homeless within 4 years of aging out of the system. And worse, some will end up in prison as adults. Now that we have talked about what happens with some kids who are emancipated out of the foster care system, let's talk about the increase in mental health among kids who are in the foster care system. According to a national conference of state legislators, treatment of an early age can increase positive outcomes. 80% of children in the foster care system have significant mental issues, compared to the 18 to 22% of the general population. Kids with mental health issues are prescribed the psychotropic medications. These mental health problems come from trauma, or also known as post-traumatic stress disorder, and are 5 times higher than the general population. Psychotropic medications are used to calm children down when they are misbehaving or acting out. Instead of dealing with the bigger problem, they are covered up with medications. Now that we understand the mental health issue foster kids sometimes endure and what they have to go through in the foster care system, maybe we can all start doing our part to help the kids in need. There are a lot of problems with the foster care system, like the abuse some children endure, aging out of the system without proper support, and an increase in mental health disorders among these kids in the foster care system. It's supposed to help kids who are taken away from the families and in a safe place, but a lot of times can be more harmful to them. As a community, we need to do our part to protect these kids, whether it be volunteering your time with them, donations, or even becoming a foster parent to advocate for them. Whatever we do, we can make a difference. After all, these kids are our future. Thank you.